A lot of movement early.
Violation.
It's going to be no basket. Ian Colton moved too soon, and it'll be Mohawk ball. Mohawk to inbound, and we see a lot of pressure now. It's like a full court man-to-man. Johnny Pierce will be up on Alfaro. Doesn't bother Alfaro. He gets it into Griffin.
Oh, look at Ian come out big time on the defense, man.
Griffin shakes and bakes, and it goes inside to Peterson. We get a call inside. It'll be to Andrew Konis, his third personal to Andrew Konis. And right away we see Coach Dunbar get up and bring George Chabana off the bench, substitution.
That's unfortunate. Andrew Konis has been their best player the last 4 minutes.
Andrew Konis takes a break with 12 points. He's leading the scorers, as is Sam Magic for the Mohawk Mountaineers. He also has 12 points. 3 minutes left in the half. Mohawk up 2, 29-27, make that 3. Peterson, his 6th point of the ball game.
Mohawk's just hanging on to this lead right now, Ren.
Ian Colton can't handle it, and it goes out of bounds, and the Mountaineers will get another chance for 2. The easy giveaway doesn't go, but Johnny Lopez will be called for his first personal foul.
Well, they just didn't get back and get set in time. The referee handed him the ball, and he snuck in behind him. Still looking around.
Again, it seems like a lackadaisical approach by the St. Clair Saints. They came in here, they really weren't sharp, although they didn't have any turnovers, but still, it seemed to be lacking something. Something's not there, Scott.
Well, again, it could be a little bit of the pressure of having a team coming here with 6 players. I can feel it as a coach coming here with 6 players and knowing that you should win the ball game, and then maybe shellacking them by 30 points a couple of weeks ago didn't really help them.
Well, sign of a good team is being able to come back, and the Mohawk Mountaineers are showing that anyways. Let's see what the St. Clair Saints can do. Still a lot of time left, 2:43 in the half.
That was a little forced that time by Mr. Lopez.
Peterson on the wing. Jumper comes up short, and it's Jim Law.
I got a feeling that might not be his best shot in his repertoire.
A little bit of a bump there. We're going to get a block on Mike LaRose, his 2nd personal. Again, an unnecessary foul.
I'm not really sure if I agree with that call. He had nice position on that turnaround. He anticipated Jim Law going to the left very well and cut him off.
Shooting the bonus, Jim Law.
I think they're taking a real chance here by putting Magic back in the game, number 53, without... he gets got 3 fouls on him. He gets another foul. That's number 4, and I don't really think they can afford to lose him for...
I don't think the way the scoring's been going, no one's been taking any great leads. And with a 5-point lead, I'll have to agree with you on that, Scotty.
Again, the free throw shooting is very poor. The year that we did very well, our free throw shooting percentage was 2nd in the league at somewhere near 70%, and this time they get nothing out of it. And you're not going to win a lot of close ball games if you can't shoot some free throws, and that sometimes keeps you close. When you're struggling defensively and offensively, getting some freebies doesn't hurt.
Jim Law shooting at a 55% clip from the charity stripe. Here comes Chabani on the wing, the one-hander. Little showtime.
Smart move that time by Mike LaRose. Yeah, he gave up the 2 points, but early in the game doesn't want to get his 3rd foul.
Here's John Pierce all over dogging Kirk Alfaro. Little swipe there, doesn't bother Alfaro. He puts it down for 2, 34-29.
Good concentration by Alfaro with a hand in his face and waving over the basketball.
Minute 40 left in the half. Of course, at halftime, I want you to stick around because we're going to have Jamie Crookshank. He's going to be talking with assistant coach Dave Walls. This one comes out to Alfaro, the hot hand.
We have a little 3-on-2. Oh, he decided to hold it up.
Good move on his part, I think. Use the clock a little bit. Mohawk Mountaineers playing a well-coached game thus far. This is Magic on the baseline. Nothing there for him. Griffin takes a look at it. He'll decide better. LaRose up top with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. 7-6. LaRose is going to try to do something himself. Comes off of the heel. Here's a long outlet to Chabani. He gets down quick, and here's George. Finishes up on the other end, and things starting to happen now for the Saints. 34-31. We're under a minute to play.
That's 2 easy baskets by St. Clair College, and you're right, Brad, and that might just get him going a little bit here. Coach Barry's saving all his timeouts too. I thought, has he used one yet this half? He's going to save all 4 for the second?
He's used one. Each team, and one each. Magic with a nice baseline turnaround.
A little bad decision that time by the Saints. 2 guys went to the guy in the wing and left the guy in the blocks uncovered.
George Chabani trying to get something going. He's stuck down in the baseline. Finally gets kicked up top. Johnny Lopez goes right side behind his back to Coton. Nothing there. Kicks it up top. Law hesitates and then puts up the 3-pointer. Coton trying to go hard to the hoop.
I'm not sure I really agree with that call this time. Paul may have saw it better than I did, but Ian's 6'10" or so, and he didn't have his hand in his back, just went after the ball, was over the back. But what can you do?
I think that impeded. Well, that impeded the Mohawk Mountaineer player from getting that rebound, and there was some contact. We'll go the other way, and it'll be at the line for Griffin. Dave Griffin has 6 points. Coton's got 2 personal fouls.
I think the difference in this game so far, Ren, has been the free throw shooting. Mohawk's probably shooting somewhere near 70-75%, and St. Clair College is maybe below 50%. So and that's the difference in the game right now.
Got to agree with you there. David Griffin good on his first attempt. He has 7 points now, and the Mountaineers lead by 7 now.
And there's 31. A freebie down the floor, two easy hoops.
So I love the game plan here by the Mohawk Mountaineers and their coach Barry Hunt. So far they're putting it to the Saints. They need a wake-up call. George Chabani tries to get it going. Air ball, no, it was tipped. It'll stay white ball.
0.3 seconds left in the clock.
0.3, and Coach Kenny Dunbar is going to toss it up. Nothing there. And that's also the game time and shot clock time. So after 1 half of play, we have the Mohawk Mountaineers on top of the St. Clair Saints, 38-31. Coach Barry Hutton very happy with this output so far. We're going to have, stick around, Jimmy Cruikshank. Good first half for the Mountaineers anyway.
Very good half for the Mountaineers. I think they came out, executed well, and got the ball the way they wanted to.
All right, stick around. Jamie Cruikshank's coming back. We're going to have more St. Clair College basketball right after this.
For the 5th consecutive year, Burger King Restaurants of Canada are proud to support local athletes and teams. Burger King recognizes the importance of athletes and recreation at all levels of competition. Your way, right away. That's the Burger King way. Burgers, chicken sandwiches, salads, and much more, with over 10 restaurants to serve you in Essex and Kent counties. Trillium 11 would like to welcome Custers Bistro and Billiards to this year's sports team. Custers is excited to lend a helping hand to area athletes in their pursuit to be the best they can be. Custers features a varied menu along with 12 billiard tables and 12 TVs to make the evening complete. Custers Bistro and Billiards is located at 2950 Dougal Avenue or call 966-9660. Another newcomer to the Trillium 11 sports lineup is Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut supports athletics and academics and encourages all athletes and teams to strive for excellence in their performances. Pizza Hut offers pasta, salads, desserts, and of course, pizza. Pizza Hut has delivery and takeout with 4 locations in Windsor or call 972-3278. That's 972-FAST. Pizza Hut and nothing but.
And we are back at St. Clair College Gymnasium with the coach of the Mohawk Mountaineers, Barry Hutt. Barry, how did you feel the first half went for you guys?
Well, under the conditions, you had to be pretty pleased with coming up with a 7-point lead with 6 guys. I thought our guys played hard and played intelligently for most parts of the game, and we're quite happy with the position we're in right now.
What strategy do you go into the game with only 6 guys?
Well, we thought we'd have to certainly control the tempo of the game and not get into foul trouble, and we'd have to shoot well from the field and hopefully play some intense defense. And I'm pretty pleased with our accomplishment of those goals to this point.
You have 6 players. What were the reasons that only 6 made the trip today?
Well, our exams actually started today, and we have 2 guys writing exams. We have 3 guys hurt, and that's sort of put us into the position we're in now.
What are you going to tell the guys when you go into the dressing room? Is there anything you're going to, let's say they're going to have to keep on doing, or something they're going to have to do to let you to keep up the 7-point lead?
Well, St. Clair is capable of exploding at any time. They're well coached and a well-disciplined team, and we're certainly going to have to play with equal or greater intensity through the second half in order to maintain this lead, because this game is far from over.
Your record's 0-2. Is that indicative, let's say, how the season's been, or is it, do you feel it's a little bit better than what the record shows?
No, I think we got beat by 2 clubs that were much better than we were. St. Clair came out and played a heck of a game in our building and certainly deserved to win, and they beat us fairly handily. And Humber, I think, is ranked #1 in the nation, and they deserve that ranking, and they overpowered us. So we haven't lost to teams that have been not as good as we are. We've lost to teams that have been better than we are, certainly on the night.
Yeah, what's your opinion of the young St. Clair team overall, now that you've seen them twice? What do you think of them?
I think it's one of the best St. Clair teams I've seen in the last 11 years we've been coming down here. I'm very impressed with what they're capable of, and I feel very grateful at this point to have a 7-point lead on a team that I know that's capable of much better.
Hey, thanks, Barry. That's all I need. Thanks a lot. And now we'll be joined with St. Clair coach Dave Walls. Dave, what's your thoughts on the first half, basically? What changes are you guys going to have to make?
For one, we're going to have to pick up our intensity. Right now, our intensity is very low. No one's really into the game. I think maybe the team having 6 players, guys aren't really up for the game. They're kind of saying, well, we should beat these guys pretty easy, but obviously it's not going to happen that way.
Do you think the 25-point win you guys had in their own building last month, do you think that had effect too? The guys thinking, well, we can beat these guys?
I think the guys are right now they're on a high. They've won a few games and they think they can take on the world and they don't have to work hard at it. But they're realizing they're going to really have to work hard to beat a team that's good. Mohawk is a good team, and we're going to have to play well to beat them.
What's been let's say, the weakness tonight that you saw so far?
Our defensive intensity is very, very low. Our guys aren't really active in playing defense. They need we got to do something at the half here to get them up for the second half, to play some harder defense. And then we're trying to get the ball into the low post on offense, but we're doing a very poor job of that. If we get the ball inside, this team's not very strong inside, and I think we can take them down the stretch.
What do you think Coach Dunbar is saying to the players in the dressing room at this point?
I think right now he's pretty loud, and he's not too happy. But he'll be telling them exactly what I just told you. Get the ball in the post and pick up their defensive intensity.
Is there anything else that say you guys have to change, let's say on defense or offense, or you guys could try anything different going into the second half?
Our offense is working well. We're not that far down on a team that's playing very well right now, so if we do just get the ball in the post, they're playing a zone which we weren't really ready for, but now our guys know what to do, they know where they're supposed to be, and if we just do things properly on offense, we're going to have a good chance of winning this game.
Okay, thanks, Tony. And now we'll turn it back to Ren over at the desk.
Thanks a lot, Jamie. We missed, oh, excuse me, bad cold. We missed the first half shootout here in the gymnasium. My counterpart is over to my right speaking with some of his former players. Danny Habuda's over there, and Chris, former coach. 38-31 is our score. And we're going to go over and take a look at Jamie Crookshanks. We've been keeping this guy pretty busy. He's going to give us a little story on the Saints Booster Club and the scholarships that they give to players here. I believe record high 16 scholarships given this year. And we'll be back with second half action right after this.
16 scholarships were awarded to St. Clair College student-athletes at the annual Booster Club dinner held at the Chez Talbot restaurant. To be considered, 3 requirements must be met by scholarship recipients.
Athletic excellence, demonstrated athletic excellence. And now we're looking for all city people, most valuable players, all defensive players, all Ontario team players and so on. Number 2, we look at their academic scholastic achievement in terms of what they've done in high school. And the third thing is their community leadership and involvement in the high school or the community, like in their church work, their student council in high school, and so on and so forth. So those are the three components of the criteria.
The main function of the Booster Club is the scholarship program, which gives out over $14,000 annually to the recipients. And for Bernie McShane, a member of the club, it's a very important role they play in the community.
We have over 40 employees working at Applause Video, and about 15 of them are from St. Clair College, so we felt they were really good caliber people, and I wanted to keep my association with sports and the business community, and I found it was a nice outlet for us to donate our time and our resources.
McShane has been a Booster member for 8 years, and this year was the recipient of the Person of the Year award. He says he likes giving his time and money to the cause.
It's one of the greatest thing that the Booster Club offers. You know, I'm a real proud Windsorite, and too many times over the last few years you see the greatest athletes going off to other schools, and I think this was a tremendous avenue for us to keep our athletes at home.
On hand for the festivities was the 1988 bronze medalist in the Seoul Olympics in the decathlon, Dave Steen. Steen wasn't fortunate enough to have scholarships offered locally and had to leave to the United States and the University of California.
I guess I can speak from experience in a way, because I went away, and it was unfortunate at the time. One, there were no scholarships, and I couldn't have afforded to go to university at the time had there not been one. And plus, being from BC track and field, there was no indoor facilities. But anyhow, I think it really is important. We have some terrific coaches in Canada, and even in St. Clair in particular, some great coaches here. So.
Former Herman Green Griffin basketball star Jim Law was one of this year's recipients. Law uses the scholarship as a motivational tool.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you strive. I mean, you have to perform to earn the scholarship, and you give a list of credentials, and you have to live up to them.
Since 1978, the scholarship program has grown from 4 to its current total of 16. The Booster Club would like to see this number increase in the future to give more local athletes a chance to stay in the area. Jamie Cruikshank reporting for Trillium 11 Sports.
Body Break with Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod.
What a way to enjoy the winter and to have the energy to go up and down these hills. It's important to feed your body with foods that are lower in fat and higher in complex carbohydrates, like vegetables and pasta.
So here's a great tasting, economical vegetable pasta soup that takes only minutes to make, and you can even take it to the hill. Start by adding a tin of low-sodium tomato juice, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of macaroni, a can of stewed tomatoes, 1 cup of celery, half a cup of green pepper, a tin each of green beans, corn, and carrots. You can also use fresh vegetables if you'd like. Now season the soup with 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of parsley. Let simmer at a medium-low heat until the pasta is tender. Have it with a whole wheat bun, 1% milk, and it makes a healthy meal. If you'd like a copy of this hearty recipe, please write to us at Body Break. Or fax your name and address to 905-890-8421.
Hey, say some for us. Until next time, eat well, be active, and feel good about yourself. That's vitality!
Body Break.
All right, we're ready for second half action. I hope Coach Dunbar really gave it to these guys in the dressing room, because I know, Scotty, you would have if you were there.
Yeah, I've been known to say a few things that have been on my mind at halftime with my players, but I think they will. I think you're going to see a different team come out in the second half. I don't think they played all that bad, Ren, in the first half. They just didn't get some breaks, didn't get the balls to drop. It's not as if they played a horrible half. They just didn't get a lot of breaks.
Okay, I guess I'm looking for a little bit more from knowing these guys' experience. We're looking at a WISA All-Star team with Lopez, Exa player Andrew Konis, Chabani, who was the MVP last year in WISA of the league. Who else do we got out here? Jim Law, of course, a standout at Herman, another all-star. And I want to see these guys explode. Looking at the first half stats for the Mohawk Mountaineers, leading the way was Sam Magic, number 53, the big fella in the middle. He's got 14 points. He's got 3 personal fouls, so he's got to be careful. Only 2 boards from the big fella. Dave Griffin on the other way is a big forward. He's got 8 points, 2 personal fouls, and 3 rebounds. Paul Peterson, number 42, big red for the Mohawk Mountaineers. He has 9 boards, so he's getting it done defensively and offensively on the boards. He has 6 points. And looking at the St. Clair College team,
Yes, Ren, the big score has been Rob Andrukonis. Haven't really been able to stop him inside. He's got 12 points, but he also has 3 personal fouls. So that could come into play here later on in the second half. The other big scorer has been George Shabani. I shouldn't say big scorer, but he's contributed with 8 points, and he also has 2 fouls. And running down the rest of the lineup, John Pierce has 2 fouls and 1 board. He came in and really sparked the Saints defensively, and maybe to push them to a little bit of first half run before Mohawk push it back to 7 points. Running down the rest of the foul troubles here, John Lopez has 1 foul. Ted Beal has 1 foul. Lonnie Epcot has 1 foul, and Ian Coton has 2 fouls. And not a lot of scoring other than from Andrukonis and George Shabani.
You know what, well, I guess I'm not surprised. Coach Barry Hutton hasn't brought his team out to, it's only 1:33 ready to go for the second half starts, but I think that's because they're resting. He doesn't want to get them out here. They've put in a good half for him. I like his demeanor as a coach. I like the way he talks to folks. And there's a, I guess, hard worker for Trillia Cable 11.
Yes,
that's Bob Belichico, the big fella up in the stands, saying hello to everyone. Hi, Bob.
Yeah, I think he's just bringing them out right now. Just let him sit there, relax, enjoy a little bit. You're right. You mentioned his demeanor as a coach, but I think it goes a little bit further than that. I think he comes in knowing that he's got a tough battle in his hands, and maybe not expecting to win, and that just kind of sets your frame of mind a little bit different when you're playing a game. Now, when you come in expecting to win and you fall behind, then all of a sudden you go upset and you're pushing a little bit harder.
You also have to mention big fella for the Mohawk Mountaineers, an injury to one of their key players. It's Greg Robinson, I do believe, 6'2" forward, broken left ankle that he suffered at the end of last season. It was misdiagnosed. At first thought it was a sprain. He was playing on it, running on it, walking on it, and just last week he found out that the ankle was broken.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough break. With all the technology today, find out now that it's broken. He's got to miss another half a basketball season. He may not be back at all this year. So that's a real tough break for Mohawk right now, but they seem to be holding their own right now, and they're going to having some fun, and let's see what they can accomplish in the second half and see if St. Clair can live up to their billing and come out and see what they can do.
I don't know, we saw the St. Clair College mascot running around here, and I haven't seen Coach Hoffman around either. I wonder if he's running around inside of that suit.
Coincidence? I think not.
Got to get a little dig on Coach Hoffman.
Could be my buddy at work too, Jerry Orm. He's kind of got the same belly, but Jerry's a little bit more hairier than that.
Here we go, second half of action. The Mountaineers up 38-31. Andrukonis on the wing. Gonna dribble left, goes up top. Shabani looking around, a little tentative, and it's thrown away. This is Big Red comes up with it, Paul Peterson.
Again, they're just lacking ball movement, Ren. They're working inside, outside, it's fine, but they're not shifting the ball to the weak side of the zone.
Magic with the turnaround. Jay goes from the baseline.
He's just picking up right where he left off too, Ren.
Coton a little slow getting back defensively on Magic. Here we take a look at the ball movement. Inside, Andrukonis spins and delivers.
Sam cannot let him do that. Andrukonis is just going to tear him apart. I know he's got 3 fouls, but it's a lot easier not to get a foul if he hasn't got the basketball.
40-33, Mohawk leads. Shabani goes for the steal. Alfaro spins away. LaRose, baseline, comes inside the paint. Kicks off to Peterson outside. Peterson shakes and bakes and gets a friendly roll.
Mohawks coming out again, just where they started the first half, shooting the ball, getting a couple bounces, and expanding the lead.
But I'm really surprised that we have not seen St. Clair College fast breaking off of the misses.
Well, they're not getting the defensive board clearly, and Mohawk's doing a good job at getting back. They had a little squish last time down the floor. Magic was playing Ian Coton, maybe a little bit easier to handle offensively. Not as quick because Andrukonis.
Inside, and Ian Coton comes up with a big steal. Little stutter step by Lopez. Can't get the easy one to go. The putback by Andrukonis is no good. Another tap. This one slapped around, and it's Paul Peterson who comes up with it.
They just got to keep fighting, Ren. I know that's another tough exchange down the floor, but you got to keep the defensive end of your game going.
Dave Griffin looked at a three-pointer, thought otherwise, and I think the strategy now is to take some ticks off the clock. Driving the lane, this one gets stolen. Jim Law, here we go, a fast break chance. They go up easy, and Jim Law to Andrew Konis, who takes off from the second pedal on the free throw line.
That was a nice little break. It was a little slow in forming, but finished off nicely. You're right, Mohawk's coming down the floor. I think they're going with a little bit of a different look in the second half. Some better looks at the floor, up the floor. They don't want to run. They don't want to get in foul trouble.
And why not? That's a perfect strategy. Here's LaRose with the roll that won't go. 42-35 and a little more running now. Johnny Lopez, right side.
They got to get the ball in the middle of that floor on that break. They had two guys run down the same side of the floor, and they both become ill-effective.
Chabani from deep into the baseline. Tough angle, but he got nothing but net. 42-37.
Nice little J by George. George still continuing to pressure the ball up the floor.
Working hard, trying to get a steal on Alfaro. 10 points for Chabani. Quiet 10 at that. Colton tying up Magic inside. Loses him for a minute. And we're going to get a foul on Jim Law. It's only Law's first personal foul.
A little bit out of control, and Jim bailed him out.
Substitution into the game, number 14, Al Sfreda. Sfreda has 4 points.
I think
Magic takes a break.
I think what we can't overlook too, Ren, is what we mentioned before. They are all freshmen at the college level, and maybe we're seeing a little bit of that inexperience right now. A team that maybe they should be able to put away, that'll give them a good game right now. Maybe with a little bit more experience, this wouldn't be a problem.
Good point. Griffin at the line. I think he's been near perfect. I think he's missed one tonight. Looking good from the charity stripe for Griffin. 44-37. And Peterson on a steal turnover there.
If that was for Ian Coton, that's a birdie. That's a bad choice by.
That was by Lopez.
Yeah, it's by John Lopez. You don't give a guy that big the ball that far away from the hoop. What an acrobatic move that was.
Nice move. Replay on that. That was LaRose, Mike LaRose. His 4th point of the ball game. And he'll go to the stripe. Got the bucket to go, and here's a chance at 3-point play.
This could be the biggest lead of the game, though, so far if he makes this hoop.
Most certainly does. Busts it open to a 10-point lead for the Mountaineers. And if the Saints are going to do something, they better hurry up and do it.
They got a little time left. They don't need to panic. And there's some nice ball movement that time. Into Ian, he turned him face and found Lopez down on the weak side block. And that's what they got to do is look to move the ball inside and turn and look at the hole. A little defensive push here too going on. Ian would be very smart just to stay where he is. Don't come out and challenging him.
Doesn't want to go too far because Griffin will lose him in a heartbeat. Yep. Griffin goes for the 3-pointer off the heel. Peterson working hard for a board.
Mountaineers are looking for a little bit over the back that time.
Get another look at it. 21 on the clock. Mountaineers running their offense.
Again, it looks like they're trying to go a little one-on-one with Ian. They're trying a little clear out.
Little isolation, but Griffin keeps dribbling into the traffic. Look inside, nothing there. This is LaRose. Quick foot.
Oh, nice play by...
Smacked away, and Lopez looks down court for Chabani. The pass isn't there. He decides to hold up.
Nice defense that time by Lopez.
Inside the Colton.
Nice job.
He's triple teamed. The turnaround lefty don't go, and Griffin comes down with another board. It's Griffin's 5th of the game.
Ian, you might be able to play Ian 6-8 feet away from the basket and let him get the ball because it doesn't look like he can maybe make the turnaround J. Now, in Andrew Collins' situation, you can't allow him to get the ball in there because he's just too affluent with some post moves.
Ian Colton way too far out.
Exactly.
No need to be out there.
No.
Here into LaRose, who was unguarded. He misses the easy 2, and Law battles for the rebound. Up the floor, Chabani gives to Andrew Konis. Slapped and out of bounds. It'll stay Saints ball.
Yeah, Ian caused a little bit of problem that time. First of all, by taking his man too far away from the hole, he was allowed to go by him. He was allowed to go by him and get an easy hoop or an easy attempt at a hoop down that time because that needed help.
This comes off the front of the rim. Kevin Greenwood calls a foul.
Nice box out that time by Al Sreda.
Fouls on
George in a hip.
George Chabana, his third personal. And we're going to get a timeout to the St. Clair Saints. And we're going to go into that huddle and see what Coach Kenny Dunbar has to say to his players.
Second half, let's go. Start out.
Hey, all right.
Still playing weak.
Listen, on the offensive end.
Americans.
No, you just listen. On the offensive end, we got the 1 guy here, we got the 2 guy here, we got the 3 here, we got the 4 here. Rob, you're here. You're on this side, Ian. We're going to the right side exclusively, okay? On the offense, throw it here. Jim, you're here. Now, you know how to run this. We ran this zone before, okay? All right? Now, you can throw it in here. You got a shot. Don't go at the 3-point land. Go in here, okay? And you still got Rob inside. If you don't have it, throw it back here. You go over here now, okay, so that he can throw it back to you. You understand? Now, what happens is you can reverse it by 5-man. Ian steps out, not the 3-point land, but out there. You got it? And the 3-man Jimmy's going to go to the corner area when you reverse the ball. 4-man is just looking. Now, Ian, you're going to look inside. Look inside. Just stay. You're just a rebounder. And then if you pop up for reversal, don't go too far. Then you're looking for Rob inside.
Let's go.
Okay?
Let's go. Come on.
I think one of the key things he mentioned there was a little bit of ball reversal. They're taking the ball on one side of the floor. They want to work the right side of the zone, but you got to reverse the basketball because the whole defense is concentrating that side of the zone. And the weak side, if you can get the ball there quick enough, there can be some open shots and be able to get the ball down low to maybe Andrew Konis. A little full court pressure here right now by the Saints.
Might be what they need to turn things around. A little bit of defensive movement. And the Mountaineers handle that press with ease. Peterson up top to LaRose. He's going to go into the paint. Good scoop pass. Magic finishes off the glass. It's a 10-point lead once again.
Nice little dish by that time by LaRose. Good vision up the floor.
It's a good little guard. His number 3, Mike LaRose, 5 points in the contest thus far. Andrew Konis heel on the out-of-bounds line. The Mohawk Mountaineers player was on the end line. Here we go. Blah.
Yeah, let's see how well they move the ball. See, now they don't finish the reversal. They get to the top of the key and they go inside. It paid off this time, but they're not reversing the ball all the way from one side of the court to the other and making a defense shift 2 or 3 times and making them play some defense down the floor and getting tired.
Here, a steal
nice
by Lopez.
That time by Lopez. Nice anticipation.
Very good hustle. Good foot speed on the stocky guard.
A little bit of a lazy pass. Mohawk didn't take care of the basketball. You got to take care of the basketball, especially in the backcourt. Got to come to it.
Here again, we get the full court pressure by the Saints. It's broken. LaRose on the right side. He's going to go to the hole. Good speed. Gets knocked around, and Johnny Lopez gets called for his second personal.
Jim Law gets a little foot in the face, too, after the action. Purely accidental. There's no intent on that play at all, but he did still get to catch a size 8 maybe in the chops.
You got to like LaRose's speed. He took off, and he was gone.
Very quick to the hole. And Magic, too, did a good job of blocking Ian Coton away from trying to step in and stop the penetration. I don't think we have a replay to show it, but if you did, he did a very nice job of blocking Ian out of the way.
We didn't get a shot of him, but long-time St. Clair Saint therapist and trainer Wayne Campbell coming out to...
and Daddy.
And new father coming out onto the floor to take care.
Wayne's been out of action for a while. He wants to see some blood, so he hustles onto the floor.
Jim Law will take a break.
One of the quickest Saints we've seen tonight, actually, I think. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. The Saints are trying. They're trying to pull this thing out.
If I didn't mention at the top of the show, Scotty Irwin working with me. Scotty, one-time player here. He's second on the all-time scoring list for the Saints. Also coach of the St. Clair Saints from 90 to 92.
Thanks, Frank.
Good to have you here, Scotty. 51-41. Still a 10-point Mohawk lead. Quick hands there by Al Sreda.
I think if we had a chance to go back and take a look, the real difference we're going to find in this basketball game is, yeah, St. Clair's struggling, but there's the free throws. Mohawk went down and got another 2 points on their free throws, and St. Clair haven't been capitalized at all on those freebies.
George Chabani makes it his 12th point of the game. Chabani tries for the steal. Too much body coming across. That'll be his 4th personal foul to George Chabani. And Coach Kenny Dunbar saying, why are you going for that?
Well, they can't afford to lose George either, but At least he's trying to do something. He's trying to spark this team somehow and pick it up defensively. What they can't allow him to do is penetrate inside. Got to keep him outside. They haven't been shooting a three-pointer at all well, so slough off him. Don't let him get that first step to the hoop. Again, a penetration right there, and Ian Cohen has to come to help. And then they end up getting a hoop, and they're getting in trouble inside. You can't allow these little guys to get inside and cause you that much trouble.
That's LaRose. He's getting it done now. 9 points, picking up the pace offensively for the Mountaineers. Chabani bothered. Partial block, partial foul. Alsfreda, his second personal.
I think what St. Clair's got to realize too, 12 minutes and 50 seconds is a world of time left to go in the basketball game. And you can't start panicking and pushing the panic button and throwing up some prayers. And even defensively, you can't go and start taking chances. They got to shoot the ball within 30 seconds, and you're big enough to get the rebound if they miss. And I don't know, I haven't got the stats in front of me, but I don't think they've made very many three-pointers tonight or outside Jays. They've got it all on penetration, on free throws, and some easy hoops. So if you keep them outside and play disciplined defense, you're going to get it back on the offensive end, but you got to keep the defense the same.
Chabani gets both. And the defensive pressure steps up quite a bit on that time as we get a timeout to Coach Barry Hutton and the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Yeah, a little full court man. I think what they need to do is clear out and let their guard bring it up one-on-one so they can see the pressure coming at him. We'll see if Coach Huggins says that in this timeout.
Mike, you got to work hard to get the ball now with Kirk sitting on the bench, and then we'll clear out, and get good spacing. And if they come and double team, then somebody's got to break back towards the ball to get it from them. Okay? With patience, Mikey, let's run a 3. Okay? With Paul at the 3, and let's do it right now. And keep up that patience on offense. If it's not there, Paul, if you don't see anything you like, just reset it.
If I come off the screen, I want to play pick and roll with that guy, so it's probably you, Sam.
Okay, he's not there, swing it. Set yourself back up.
Now watch out for pressure.
Take your time.
Watch out for pressure at this inbounds pass. Griff, you throw the ball in.
Yeah.
You two guys work the guards. You flash into the middle. Sam, you stay deep. Okay?
They're playing man-to-man pressure. Why don't Paul take his man back?
That's okay. No, Mike's fine with the ball.
1, 2, 3, team.
And he said exactly what I thought he was. He wants good spacing on offense when he's bringing the ball to the floor. So if someone does run at him, there's got to be an open man on the floor, and they're going to try to get it to him.
He also stressed patience.
Yes, very composed, the coach by Mohawk, and I think that has a lot to do with their players. There's a good job. He's waiting to go in one-on-one, and you should be able to do this in this league if you're a point guard. You've got to be able to do this.
Almost slipped up there, but LaRose keeps possession. 11 seconds on the shot clock. We've got 12:28 left in the game. Peterson gets knocked around, and it'll be St. Clair College basketball. Also in that timeout, you heard Coach Barry Hutton calling Peterson's name. He's been the go-to guy this game. Andrew Conis a turnaround. Doesn't get it to go. Ian Coton on the putback. The bucket and the foul. That brings the whole St. Clair team bench. That brings the whole St. Clair team bench to their feet.
Well, with good reason. A lot of good things happened there. Not only did they get an offensive rebound, and Ian was able to put it back in and possibly make it a three-point play. They got their 4th foul on Sam Magic, and with just over 12 minutes left to go to play, that could be a very key play in this ball game.
The coach leaving Magic in there.
And Ian Colton finishes off the three-point play.
53-48 our score.
Again, St. Clair doesn't need to go crazy on defensive end. There's a lot of time left. Just play good, disciplined, stay-at-home defense. Don't let him penetrate and create those opportunities inside.
This is Griffin with Pierce guarding him. He goes right side, nothing there. Peterson up top, fakes, puts up the jumper from the wing. Magic the turnaround, soft touch. He hasn't missed one of those all night, Scotty.
Sam Magic does a very nice job of putting that ball back in the air. Like you said, a very soft touch, but again, a missed shot. They should come down with the rebound, and they're out of position. They don't get it.
20 points for Magic on the night.
Swinging around. There, they didn't finish the swing.
Andrew Conis from
nice
in the
flash.
paint.
Oh, nice tip.
Fighting is Pierce. He comes up with it off of the board, and now we're starting to see some life. As well, the bench is getting into it, as are the fans.
good intensity by St. Clair College that time on the floor. Sam Magic comes down with another nice little sweet J from 10 to 12 feet out.
Finishes well, good extension, good wrist follow through. 57-50 is our score. Chibani will try the three. First three of the night, and it comes at a good time for the Saints. Down 4 now. 57-53. You're starting to feel things are happening here in the Saint Dome.
Yep, St. Clair's trying to turn it around, They seem to get a good defensive stop down the floor this time.
And another thing I noticed about Magic, he's got the quick elevation, gets up off of his feet, quick jumper. Chibani now the other way, hesitates, dipsy-do, left side, nothing there. Coton wants the ball. Didn't see him that time. Again, he's calling for it. Chibani will let fly the three. And there it is, the hot hand coming through now. MVP of Whistle last year. And we get a foul on, let's see what Andy Vince says. I believe it's on a Mohawk player.
I believe it's on Dave Griffin.
Dave Griffin gets called for his third personal foul. And more importantly, look at the score. Down 1 point are the Saints, 57-56.
George Shabani is only second to Jim Law in 3-point attempts, and I don't think Jim's made 1 or 2 himself tonight. And you just can't let George set up out there. He's got a nice little sweet little J.
Shabani's got 12 points this half. He's lighting it up.
We have a tie ball game now, Ren.
And Pierce is good on both. And the Saints lead for the first time in this contest with 10:22 left in the game. They lead by 1, 58-57. And it looks like we got a ball game now happening here at the Saint Dome. LaRose inside. He got some help. On the baseline, Chibani will get called for a block.
If that's on Chibani, is that his 5th foul?
Unofficially, our scorekeeper here doing a great job. 5 fouls, says Dominic Papa, doing double duty.
If that's his 5th foul, that's got to be looked after by the coaching staff. Someone's got to feed Ken Dunbar that George Chibani's in foul trouble.
Well, he's still on the floor, and now we're starting to see some movement. Chibani is going off the floor, and it is official's 5th personal foul. .58-57 is our score. Make it.
I think we were wrong. I think this is only his 4th foul. I can't see him leave on the floor with 4 to cut his 5th with 10 minutes left to go in the game.
The official word is 4, Scotty.
Okay.
Inside look, Ian Colton should have never missed that one, that's for sure, and he didn't. 60-58, and they're up 2, and here comes the intensity level rising now.
We'll see if Mohawk can ride this last wave of pressure by the Saints.
It's taken the Saints 3 quarters to start to wake up, but the wake-up call came with George Chibani's 2 3-pointers. Here, Paul Peterson finishes nice on the baseline.
Nice little answer by Mohawk.
Peterson, 10 points. He's gotten quiet in the second half. A prayer thrown up by Ted Beal. Substitution into the game. Here comes the big fella for the Mountaineers, Sam Magic.
Last 4 times on the trip, St. Clair got some good shots at the basket and some very good looks. And this time they just threw up a little prayer, and I haven't got an answer for that one.
Nobody guarding LaRose. He's picked up now by Upcott. Good dish inside to Griffin. He finishes well with Colton right in his face. And the Mountaineers now, a seesaw battle, 62-60. 9 minutes left in the ball game.
Ted Beal got himself a little bit out of position that time, and that's how Mohawk got that hoop.
Andrew Konis looking for help, gives to the wing. Pierce. Upcott up top. Andrew Konis a turnaround fake. And he moves into the defensive player, says Andy Vince. An offensive charge to Andrew Konis. 4th foul.
That's a tough call, and that's his 4th too. That's St. Clair College running into a little trouble too with some of their key players in foul trouble. And Rob's been their own real scorer down low this evening.
It's Chibani, Andrew Konis, both with 4, and Ian Colton has 3. Mountaineers still keeping composure. have not fallen to the St. Clair St. press. Here's LaRose on the wing, just inside the 3-point marker. Johnny Lopez now kicks up to Jim Law. Law's been on the bench for a while. See if the rest has done him any good. Inside Colton, the left hand. Doesn't go, he gets his own board, comes up nice with the follow.
It was a nice follow by Ian Colton that time down the floor.
Even at 62. 8 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. Paul Peterson on the wing. Jim Law on him. The look inside, it's knocked around. Lopez again, diving hard. It'll stay Mohawk ball.
St. Clair is diving for the balls. They're just showing some good heart and some lot of hustle here in the second half. They're not going down without a fight. And it's not going down at all right now. They're tied at 62.
It's looking good so far. They've managed to cut that 10-point lead, even things up here. Oh, good foot speed both ways for Griffin and Pierce.
That was really good help that time by
Lonnie Upcott, I think, got over there to help out John Pierce.
Yeah, it was Lonnie Upcott. Anticipated the spin move really nice and just got a hand in there instead of playing some positional defense with his body. Again, this has been Mohawk's bread and butter all night. This probably what's kept them in the game is their free throw shooting.
David Griffin's been, I think, perfect at the strike. Missed one, no, he did miss one. So 7 of 8 from the line. Seven of 9 now. 63-62. Mohawk up 1 point. Beal. Lonnie Upcott's good for the 3-point shot. 2-point lead. Upcott's off. First points of the night. 2-point lead for the Saints. LaRose comes all the way down. And again, Magic.
It seems like Magic's made a living, maybe his career on that little 6-foot baseline jumper.
Kidding me? He's got 22 points from there, plus the 2-hand dunk at the start of the game.
Nice little answer by Jim Law. St. Clair can't allow them to get inside. If they can keep them on the perimeter of this, in the last 7 minutes of this ball game, they're going to win this game going away. But when they start taking chances like that, that's what happens. You know,
Magic is just smiling as he runs back. Maybe he can't believe his luck from the baseline. I think that's his shot, and he knows it. We're going to get a timeout here. Coach Kenny Dunbar is up in disgust with his team. 26 points for Sam Magic. He's really lighting it up from the baseline. He's unbelievable.
Wow, he's finishing, and the other guys are getting the ball to him.
Let's go into the Saint huddle and see what Coach Dunbar has to say.
Now, the rest of you guys, if one of your guys penetrates, don't let him penetrate so easy to the middle. You understand? If he does penetrate, everybody's looking and helping. You understand? Ian's not going to help. You got to understand that. Everybody on the team. Turn baseline and let's look at that, okay? And come over. He is just killing us. He's killing us. He's got 30 points. Now, on the offensive end, okay? On the offensive end, Lonnie's right here. Okay, Lonnie's right here, okay? All right, look inside. If you don't get it, we got a reversal. We can skip it. We can throw it here. Look for John. John, don't park yourself over here. Make yourself go in the space. Wherever the space is, you get in the space. John, the other John, get in the space, wherever the space is. You don't have to go in and out. Just park yourself here. Park yourself here. They're playing a zone on that. You understand?
Penetration too, guys. Hey. Little penetration, okay?
Like a whole panic. Don't panic.
Go.
1, 2, 3. Defense!
Ken touched on one very key point in that timeout. I don't know if he made it clear enough or not, but they got to stop the penetration of Mike LaRose, because when he penetrates, Sam Magic is getting probably the bulk of his points on that little 5-6 foot jumper in the baseline. You can't overplay the defense right now. You got to play good positional defense and keep yourself between the basket and the ball.
That's what I like to see from Coach Dunbar. He's waking these guys up, waking himself up, and a little more intensity. Once in a while, you got to raise the voice level.
Well, you got to rattle the cage a little bit, Ren, to see if they're still there.
67-67 tie right now with 6:30 left in the ball game. This is Paul Peterson up top, looking inside for Magic. Gives to him. Turnaround Jay. The man is hot. Coach Kenny Dunbar said 30 points, but no, he only has 28. But I'm sure he's going to have 30 plus before this one's over.
Ken might be good to think about switching maybe Andrew Konis, while he's not on the floor right now. Maybe Jim Law, someone a little bit quicker to handle Sam Magic, and Ian just can't stay with him.
Good point. I think we're going to see that just as you say that, Andrew Konis gets up off of the bench. We're going to get a foul, bump from behind on Alfera. Alfera's second personal foul. There comes Andrew Konis, and Coton sits down. So, good coaching strategy, not only from Coach Dunbar, but from yourself, Scotty. That's what we got you here for.
Yeah, that and the big bucks. Andrew Konis is probably going to do a little bit better than Ian as they just gained a 3.
Lonnie Upcott hits the 3-pointer, brings the fans to their feet. They lead by 1, the Saints do, 70-69.
They got a little quicker squad in here too without Ian in there. They can play me a little bit more tighter defense. Just can't allow them to penetrate. Got to stay between your man and the basket.
Let's look down low, the lower left side of your screen. Let's see how Andrew Konis is doing on an isolation with Magic. We'll check that out next defensive trip down the floor. Jim Law pulls down the ball.
They got a little break there again, Ren. They were allowed to get inside. He missed a little layup.
Too much one-man basketball right now. Got to move the ball. Got to move the ball. From the wing, Upcott on his 3-point try. It's good. The Forester Spartan is feeling it now. He's got 9 points, all of them coming by the tray.
Well, Forster's no newcomer to the 3-point land, if I remember correctly from my high school days.
Oh, they can light it up over there. 73-69 is our score.
The Saints have a real opportunity right now to shut Mohawk down and to finish this game on a high note. They just have to play a little bit more position defense on the defensive end and be patient on offense. They're getting some good shots, some good looks at the basket. If they finish those, they can win this game going away by 10 to 12, 15 points.
We'll have to see what happens. There's 5 minutes remaining in the game. On the line now is Kirk Alfera. He's got 4 points in the contest. Makes it good.
This is where that free throw I mentioned before coming into play. Mohawks have made it close and had a lead by the free throws, and if they plan on staying close the rest of the way, they're going to have to make these freebies from the line.
Alfera is perfect from the stripe, makes it 73-71, down 2. Offensive possession here for the Saints. Let's see what they do with it. Pierce gets tied up. Upcott's feeling it. He goes baseline, nothing there. Turns, gives inside. Laws, good scoop and roll all the way around.
Jim did a good job that time of keeping the guy in his hip and had a nice back to the basket move.
Up 4, the Saints, 75-71. This is Griffin. He goes to the hole well. He's going to get a gift there. The bucket goes, and he's going to go to the stripe. Number 4, John Pierce, block his 3rd personal foul in the contest.
I really think John Pierce has really changed the complexity of this game on the defensive end. Both times when he came in the first half and the second half, he really stepped the intensity up on the defensive side for St. Clair College. And he even could have sparked the offense with that.
Griffin continues his hot hand from the stripe, makes it 75-74, Saints up 1. And we got us a ball game here with 4:36 remaining in the ball game. Let's go into the Mohawk Mountaineer huddle and hear what Coach Barry Hutton has to say to his players. Well, I think Barry's rejected us, has he?
Barry says no. I think he got a line in the St. Clair huddle if I do this.
Okay, and we can appreciate that. That's not a problem. So let's hear what Coach Kenny Dunbar has to say. How about that?
Up on the offensive end. Now, what happens is, you're inside that side. You stay there. Now, what happens, John, is you can come directly down the court. You stay in here now, and then pop out. You don't have to go to 3-point land, and then you get the ball. Now you can drive baseline, or you can look for Jimmy popping in here. Okay? Or you can throw it back to John. John can reverse the ball back the other way, and we're going the other way. So we don't have to go to the right side all the time. Okay, John? You understand? Okay? And you're swinging. You get out here now, and he's swinging there, or you can drive. Hey guys, okay? Come on. Hey, Rob. 4:36 left. Defense, let's go. Go, Raymond. 1, 2, 3, defense!
I think Kenny's trying to map out a good offensive play, and I really think, and maybe it's just my background because I'm more of a defensive player and coach than maybe Kenny likes to run it up the floor and shoot the 3. But I really think he needs to concentrate on the other end of the court right now. Offensively, they're not doing too bad. They've scored 75 points. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop Mohawk, and I think that's where they need to make their key adjustments right now.
Let's see what happens. A full court press by the Mohawk Mountaineers. And it's dished inside of Law. He's going to wait for everybody to clear. Here we go. Open is John Pierce. He decides to wait, then goes right side. Nothing there. Johnny Lopez inside the Law. The paint. Turn around. No. Pierce is open. And we get a 3-second call on Jim Law.
They got good spacing down the floor that time. Maybe Jim's got looked at, take a look at the basket. He's got some very good moves. And I think he outsizes his man. He's a pretty good leaper in his own right. So take a look at the shoot the ball.
Alfera brings it up. 75-74. St. Clair Saints leading. Very patient Mohawk Mountaineers right now. Peterson fakes a three-pointer. One-on-one basketball. The look inside to Alfera. He goes in strong, but Johnny Lopez there, the defensive block.
Nice block that time by Lopez. I think they can maybe be able to get George Shabani back in the game here.
This is Lopez who frames up for the three and hits it.
Big hoop that time by St. Clair College. Big hoop.
Mentioned at the top that these guys are capable of shooting the three. They didn't show it until just in the third quarter, Mark, when Shabani hit two. Upcott hit a couple, and now Johnny Lopez answers. 78-74.
You see Andrew Konis down there doing a very good job on Magic. He hasn't touched the ball since he's come in the game.
A brilliant coaching change by Coach Dunbar. Here, the up pass way too far. But getting back to that exactly. He hasn't hit that baseline jumper because he hasn't been able to get the ball.
Well, it's very tough to score in this game without the basketball, and I think Rob just thinks, well, he's got the hot hand, so if I don't let him have it, he can't keep the hot hand going.
Let's take a look at that isolation when you see it down low, left-hand corner of your screen. Magic and Andrew Konis. There they are, bottom left-hand corner. Peterson's looking for him, but it's not there. Andrew Konis doing a good job defensively.
And Sam's not doing a very good job at trying to get the basketball either. He's not working very hard down there at all. He's just kind of standing there and letting Rob play him anywhere he wants. It's not a very physical game at all. Not a very physical game. Jim's got to look to go to the hoop here.
This is what he does, but he passes off to Andrew Konis. Nice pass off. Lonnie Upcott with the putback. Got to like it. 80-74. Saints up by 6, and we see full court pressure. Lopez was anticipating a steal. Pass didn't come. LaRose on the left side.
Again, if they're going to win this ball game, this is the end of where they got to do it.
Griffin
good defense that time. Good defense that time by Pierce. Oh, someone else reached in, but Mr. Pierce there at good position. He's got his shoulder square and took a nice charge. But I think someone reached in with a hand.
Lonnie Upcott's had 11 of the last 13 Saints points, so he's been the man down the stretch, keeping the Saints in this contest, helping them to that 6-point lead as Pierce goes off. And you mentioned earlier you're waiting to see Chabani come back in. Well, here he is now. Griffin stays good from the line. Now 9 of 11.
Again, St. Clair College can go down there and be methodical. I don't mean methodical, but go down there with good ball movement and get some good shots with the lead.
Doesn't get the roll, but right there is Peterson. Tough break for Jim Law.
Yeah, we got to put a body on somebody too. I'm sure if they really move him back from the paint. Again, it's not a very physical St. Clair. Oh, nice hustle. Nice hustle. Good job.
Good tie up there by LaRose. He got lucky, and it's going to go Mohawk ball on the arrow. 80-77. And the Mohawk Mountaineers staying right in this contest. Yeah. You got to give them full value for this game. So only 6 players they brought down here from Hamilton. Griffin on the right side. Goes into the paint, gets knocked by Chabani. And Chabani can't believe it, but it was a good call. Block on Chabani, and he'll leave the game.
Well, George didn't get back in the game very long before he has to go back out again. So
we get a timeout by.
No, I think Ketchup's calling his players because I think it's 30 seconds.
80-77, St. Clair leads. We'll be back. Don't go away.
For the 5th consecutive year, Burger King Restaurants of Canada are proud to support local athletes and teams. Burger King recognizes the importance of athletes and recreation at all levels of competition. Your way, right away. That's the Burger King way. burgers, chicken sandwiches, salads, and much more, with over 10 restaurants to serve you in Essex and Kent counties. Trillium 11 would like to welcome Custers Bistro and Billiards to this year's sports team. Custers is excited to lend a helping hand to area athletes in their pursuit to be the best they can be. Custers features a varied menu along with 12 billiard tables and 12 TVs to make the evening complete. Custers Bistro and Billiards is located at 2950 Dougal Avenue or call 966-9660.
Griffin continues his hot hand from the stripe, has sunk both, and it's 80-79 now. Saints lead 1. Griffin has 19 points.
Good job going in your corners down low. That's it. Get the ball and set up again.
This is a 3-point attempt, and Johnny Lopez, good for 3. That's his second of the night.
You got to go out there and guard them out there. They're just much too good to leave out there that long.
83-79. This is LaRose, right side. He's going to just inside the 3-point line. That's 2. 83-81. And we're seeing some outside shooting now at the end of the game. 1 minute, 18 seconds remaining in the contest. Only a couple possessions left. Stays St. Clair Saints basketball on the end line. Lonnie Upcott to inbound. Comes inside the Pierce. He's going to put up the baseline. Jay doesn't go, and Jim Law was there with an aggressive try at the rebound. He'll get called for a foul. That's Jim Law's second personal. We'll go shoot him, 1 in the bonus at the other end.
If Mohawk could afford it, it may not be a bad strategy to go after St. Clair College aggressively and make them shoot the 1-on-1 or the two from the free throw line, because as we pointed out, they're only shooting 58% as a team thus far from the charity stripe, and when it comes tight down there like it is now, it's what's keeping Mohawk in the game, right?
That's 10 team fouls, so it's an automatic 2 from the stripe, and no one better to shoot from there than Griffin. He's been near perfect at the 90% clip here tonight. And it's all tied up again, this time at 83 with 1 minute and 9 left, so let's not rule out the possibility of overtime in this one, Scotty.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing myself. Do we get time and a half?
I'll buy you coffee. Here we go, outside. Lopez, maybe a force.
Oh, push off by Jim, push off down low by Jim Law.
That was a good call by Andy Vince. And we're going to go back to the line. Of course, Griffin will shoot him. He's got 13 from the line, 13 in his total of 21 points. Oh, going back to the line will be 42 Peterson. Peterson's not shooting too badly either. We're all tied at 83 with 49 seconds left.
Number 34 can't be in that spot down there. They got to leave that open. I don't know if the official's going to catch that or not, but if he misses, it's a free shot. I think.
And Griffin will step into that spot. And we get a timeout to the St. Clair College Saints. Kenny Dunbar wanted to talk a few things over with his team. 84-83.
Mohawk got to hustle. Look at St. Clair's got to hustle that timeout. They haven't got a lot of time left, and they're walking over to the bench. You know, Mr. Lopez discussing some things with the referee. He's got to get to the bench and hear what Coach Kenny Dunbar has to say about the last 49.6 seconds.
Let's bring the ball up, okay? We're gonna go directly to Rob's side, this side, okay? All right. Now, Jimmy's gonna look for Jimmy here, okay? Now, normally what you're gonna do is go baseline, okay? I want you to stay. I want you to stay home this time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get. If you don't have that right away, you're reversing the ball to John, and you can either skip pass to Lonnie, or you can skip to John in there, or throw it to John, and John can throw it to Lonnie, or we can look inside, okay? Watch your seconds in the key, Jimmy, on this, okay? Get out and in and out. Listen, we're looking for that for a quick score on that, okay? Now, if you don't get the ball, if you don't get a score, you got to play full court D and just no fouls. There's 2 shots, and just get on them. Come on, let's not.
Coach Kenny wants to set up a play here in the last 49.6 seconds. Mohawk's going to the line with a chance to go up 2 to finish off this free throw.
Okay, it's 84-83, and the Mohawk Mountaineers lead it by 1. Let's see what happens. We got 49 seconds. Let's see what transpires here in the late goings of the game. On the line is Peterson. Peterson's got 13 points. He comes through. 85-83. Mohawk leads it by 2. Telling moments now for the Saints, who are 4-1 and want to go 5-1 before the Christmas break. From the baseline, Lopez misses, follows, and is knocked around pretty good. Take your choice. Choice of 3 players there if you get called for that foul. And it's called to Peterson, his third personal. John Lopez will go to the line and shoot.
No, they're not even the bonus.
They're not in the bonus.
Yet.
Wow.
That's why they went after them aggressively. Good call by the coach of Mohawk. Nice little roll. Good job. Go to Andrew Konis.
And here comes LaRose, the full length of the court. Gives inside to Alfera, and it's blocked by Andrew Konis. 20 seconds left. And it's a tie ball game, 85-85, and you know it's going to be down to the last shot. LaRose goes for the steal, but we get a timeout to the St. Clair College Saints. And this is what we like here at Trillium Communications. We like the nail biters, and we get them all the time. We've had a triple overtime, remember back in 86, 87, but that was high school. I don't think we're going to be here that long tonight.
No, I don't think so either. Mohawk would have been smart that time to hold the ball up for a last shot, but they saw an opportunity in there maybe for a 2-on-1 break, and it didn't pan out, and now St. Clair College has a chance to win the game with a final shot.
We got the mic.
Lonnie, set a screen. No illegal screens are okay. All right? You throw it in. You throw it in, Jimmy, on this side. Get it in. Now, let some timer out. Let them come to you. Okay? All right, now they're going to try and foul. They're going to try and foul because they know they got one to give. You understand? So protect the ball. Protect the ball. Okay? All right, now we're going to run. We're going to run here. It's the same play we ran before. That was great. Okay, except Johnny, give the ball to Lonnie right away, okay? Lonnie, if you haven't got a shot, look inside. Run, boom, boom, boom. You got it?
Let's go.
Hey, we don't have any timeouts left.
I think Coach Dunbar is speaking in hieroglyphics. I missed that one. Coach Dunbar is speaking in code, let's say, and he wasn't giving any names. He was just saying, go here, go here, go there. So,
well, he also mentioned too, Mohawk has a foul to give. We'll see if they go after the ball aggressively, knowing that, and maybe get a quick steal. A little isolation on the wing.
The St. Clair's just standing around. We got 5 seconds left. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay St. Clair's Saints with 3.7 seconds left on the clock. We're tied up at 85, and it's going to be a Hail Mary prayer. Lopez gets a clean look at it, and he wins it with 1.1 seconds left on the clock. Game's not over yet, fellas, but Scotty, wow.
Wow, that's a real...
And it's 87-85. John Lopez. Oh, we do have a replay. All right, let's look at it. 3.7 seconds.
This might be a little bit of a prayer here, Ren. Lopez did a good job covering the ball, and knows he has got very little time left. He might have been fouling the play. Nice little kiss off the backboard. Did a nice job of trying to get open for the ball.
I didn't think it hit glass, but I think folks were saying if that was a 3 or a 2, maybe they can roll that back. I'm sure our producer Jim Bushman's in the truck trying to get that back for us one more time because we do have a few more seconds before the timeout is up. But wow, let's take a look at it one more time here.
Notice he's up here in the left hand of the screen. Now he's going to fight over a pick and get to the ball. As he fight throughs right there, he gets the ball cleanly.
Well inside the 3-point line. I think we wanted the foul, and wow, and a nice job by our camera team. Way to go, fellas. Alex Flamey up there on camera 1 doing the job.
Now they got Big A and Colton back in the game. Maybe he's going to be on top of the ball and maybe throw a little pressure so they can't throw that long ball.
87-85, 1.1 seconds, and Magic is in the game, the big fellow for the Mountaineers. And Inbounding will be Griffin with Coaten all over him. He's got the end line. He's got the... And we get a timeout by Coach Barry Hutton. He wanted to get a look at what the Saints were doing defensively.
I think Coach Barry Hutton, you're right, wanted to get a look what they're going to do defensively. They saw Ian on the ball and decided to maybe change his game plan. And I think also, too, his players were a little bit out of position. They didn't go exactly where they were on the floor. It's very key in these situations for you to concentrate. It's very easy to say, just to sit there and give up. Listen to what the coach is saying.